Have you been wondering lately what the payments would look like for a big, beautiful home just like this one here in San Antonio in 2025? Well, today I'm going to break it all down for you. Payments with different types of loans, FHA, conventional, VA, and I'm also going to break down what the exit strategy looks like. Okay, if you were to have to move suddenly before you've got 2 or 3 years under your belt in the house, what it would look like if you had to exit the house, with renting it out or something like that. Okay, so I'm Krishna Perkins. I'm a real estate broker here in San Antonio. I've been doing this since 2007, and I spent probably 20 minutes looking at this house the other day, and it made me think of the Temez family here. Where they have older kids, two in high school, one in college, and college kid, he's cool staying at home. So this house really fits them really, really well. I'll explain why here in a minute when I go over the details of the house. So I'm going to play a quick video for you, and I'm just going to give you the details of the home, and then I'm going to go into all the different payment options that there are with the house. So I'm just going to hit play, and if you want to see more photos of the house, I'll leave a link in the description so that you can see more still photos, because I just took my camera through the house really quickly. This was really impromptu on this house, so I will leave that link in the description. Now, this house is listed as a 4-bedroom, 2-bath home, 2.5-bath home, but I found that there is actually another full bathroom in there. So it's a 4-bedroom, 3.5-bath home, and the master is down. So this really fits well for the Temez family, because the parents, they're getting older in age, and the kids are, they're all older, so they can all be upstairs and get that noise away from the parents. This home also has 2 flex areas, so you can have a downstairs office or an upstairs office, or turn that into a study area for the older kids. And the master is towards the back of the house, so really good features there. The builder is actually offering financing starting at 4.5%. So I'm going to break that all down for you using that interest rate. Now, you've got to use their lender in order to get 4.5%. Now, if you were to use outside lending, you just can't get there. Right now, we're looking at 6.6%. On a conventional or FHA loan, very high interest rates still. You're getting better, but still, you can't beat 4.5% with the builder's lender. So the first payment scenario I'm going to use is FHA financing. This is a very popular type of financing because number one, maybe if your credit's not so hot, FHA financing really works well with a lot of folks. And it also allows you to have a bigger debt to income ratio. So if you have a little bit more debt, FHA allows for a little bit more debt. And that payment came out to $3,607. That does include taxes, insurance, all that stuff, HOA fees, everything included there. So around $3,607 a month is what's included. And that's with a 3.5% down payment. And you can use other products. I didn't figure those products in as far as like down payment assistance. So you will have to come up with your own down payment at 3.5%. The next loan product I want to talk about is a VA loan. VA loan, very popular here in San Antonio. This is actually zero down for active duty and veterans to use. Great thing about that is they can use that loan. They can get in with no money down, and usually typically end up with a much lower interest rate. Now, I went ahead and still used the 4.5% scenario here, since you're with the builder's lender, but that one came out to about $3,380. Now, you're not paying, what the difference here, you're not paying that mortgage insurance. On FHA, you're going to end up paying a monthly premium, insurance premium, mortgage insurance premium with your payment. On the VA loan, you don't have that. You do have an upfront premium that is charged. First time you use your VA loan, that usually gets just tacked on to the end of the loan, so you actually end up with a larger loan than the actual asking price. But that's the main difference in the price there. The next scenario is conventional, and this loan is very popular because it takes away, it takes the burden of that mortgage insurance or mortgage insurance premium that FHA has completely out of the picture if you put 20% down. Okay. Now in this scenario, I did 5%, and I'll do the 20% next. So at 5% down, which is $22,500, you're looking at a payment of $3,443. Now, you still have your mortgage insurance there, so the payment is still a little bit higher. Okay, it's lower. In this scenario, it's lower than FHA because you're putting down more money up front versus just the 3.5%. You got another 1.5% down, so you're not financing as much of the property there. Okay. Nice thing here is once you get to 20% equity, you can petition for your lender to drop that mortgage insurance premium, or PMI. They have two different terms: PMI, private mortgage insurance, and mortgage insurance premium. Either way, you can petition to get that dropped. On an FHA loan, you cannot do that. You'd have to refinance the house to get out of this. So that's a very important point right there. If you're considering conventional versus FHA, and if the payment doesn't really hurt you much to go with conventional, I say go conventional just because you can get rid of that mortgage insurance premium, because that adds up every single month for years and years and years. Paying that private mortgage insurance is going to add up to thousands of dollars, and you're going to be upset with yourself if you stay in your home for 15, 20 years and you've been paying private mortgage insurance on an FHA loan forever. So keep that in mind. That's a big consideration. Now, if you're looking to get rid of that private mortgage insurance up front and not ever have to pay a dime of it, you're going to want to bring 20% down on this property. 20% down is going to be approximately $89,998. You won't have any PMI. Your monthly payment is going to be $2,923. Okay, now that's a much lower payment than the FHA loan. It's lower than the VA loan right there, because you're putting such a big down payment down. You can put big down payments on the other loans as well, but typically I see people putting the big down payments on their conventional products. Now, the most important thing is you want to buy this property right, okay? If for whatever reason you are in a situation you get a job transfer, or if you are PCSing out, of the city, military says you got to move, then you got to move. You can watch this video right here about PCSing, and if you're underwater and you got a PCS, you'll want to watch this video here. Now, your rent rate on this property right now is $2,787. Now, I looked around, and yes, this house is brand new, and I love the product. It's very energy efficient. It's beautiful, but comfortably, I'm saying this home is going to probably rent out for around $2,787. That's 98 cents a square foot. Maybe you'll get somebody to bite if you had a conventional product, and you were at $3,000 a month. You might get lucky and get somebody to bite and realize the benefit of the property. But most likely, looking at all the other home rents in the area, and I spent about 15 minutes looking. $2,787 is what I would say. Look, that's probably what you're going to get. We can list it for more, but in order to get closer to that amount, I would suggest putting down $115,000. If you thought, look, I'm probably going to good chance I could get transferred or whatnot and have to move, then you want to go ahead and put more money down if you can comfortably do it. Otherwise, you're going to be waiting on the rental markets to catch up, and you typically rents are going to increase year after year after year. 2% here, 2% there. Maybe they have an off year, 1% here. Right now, we have a lot of vacancies happening in the apartment in complexes around San Antonio. So at the moment, those rent increases, not seeing them being very aggressive with the rent increases. In fact, they're offering a lot of incentives in a lot of these areas right now. So you really want to be careful on how you buy a property. Right now, you want to know what you're getting into. You don't want to end up paying $100, $200 a month for a property that you're renting out. So hopefully that was very helpful for you. If you are contemplating a move, you can reach me at 210-260-6617 via text, 6 days a week, 8 to 8. And if you're trying to value your property, you can reach me at homevaluetx.net. And I'll see you guys on the next video.